And I say YMCA. I say young man. And I say YMCA. You do Mount Kenya. Someone is asking whether you can go to Mount Kenya. We are notifying people that you are alive, so I give them a minute. And I say YMCA. Umuthi wekira jino niki, dekira jino todo umuthi ni what you call Saturday or Saturday. Okay, today is Saturday. So today is when the sun is opposing the sun on a micro. So today is what you call a mini Ramadan. Kogu umuthi ni mutu waruru. So kwe mutu waruru, it's all about not externalizing. So say the sun is in its opposite direction or the sun is fallen or what you call set or said or the keme. That is why I'm in black. Oh, I just said why I'm wearing black. Now you know. Now you know. Are you wearing black, Wamodaka? Yes, I am. Down. This is a story for the broken hearted. Down. Now, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday Day. Someone is like, I know now. I just reminded you. Si ati huko unajua. I just reminded you. You did know. I only reminded you of what you know. So, we are going to start by definition. So, we are going to start with definition. Define a deity.
This is the...
No. Define deity.
Here's the...
Define deity.
This is the definition of deity. A god or goddess in a polytheistic religion.
A god or goddess is what you are calling a deity. Mark it somewhere. A god or goddess is what you are calling a deity. Now, define an entity.
Here's the definition of entity. A thing with distinct and independent existence.
Okay, you see the difference now. So we have the deity, and then we have an entity. So an entity, according to Google, because you are Google scholars, it is as a thing with distinct and independent existence. So a church or an empire were fused in a single entity. So this is a body, or what you can call a whole, or a setup, or a structure, or a system, or a body, like the UN. So the UN body, so what you're calling the UN is nothing more but an establishment. So that's an entity. There's a reason I want you to mark this. So if you come to my channel, if you come to my lectures and you're not taking notes, then it's not making sense. Okay? This is a life for brains. So mark it somewhere. So an entity is a system or an establishment or a body, an operation or a structure. Nisasa, an existing or a being, an entity, an existence, life, living, a vital force, what you call an essence or a substance or animation. Okay? That's an entity. Now, define a deity. Define deity.
Here's the definition of deity. A god or goddess in a polytheistic religion.
Nice. So see the difference. So an entity was an institution or an establishment or something like the UN. Now, a deity is a god, shout out to Molly, or a goddess or a divine being. So God would be a deity or a goddess or a god or something that you're holding in high reverence or what you call divinity or the creator or something that is immortal. okay, or an avatar. For example, you have all seen Frat Richie. Sijui kama Frat Richie ako hapa. Where are you, Frat Richie? Where are you, Frat Richie? What can I do but say you are welcome? So Frat Richie would be considered a deity. This is an avatar. So when they're telling you to create an avatar on Facebook, they are telling you to create a deity. So a deity will be something like something that has divine status, okay? Arura driven by delusions of a deity, or what you call the creator or supreme being, a deity. So now that you have the difference between an entity and a deity, now we can start the class now. Class in session. Or before we proceed, we have what you call your Bible, your title. So let's see what a deity in the Bible means. What can I do but say you are welcome? You're welcome. Why do you have what you call the dictionary of the Bible? Where is the dictionary of the Bible? Kale kana kuanga na 2D. Mkisikia watu wanaongea maneno ya D mnafurahia sana. Analogy analysis. I want a deity. Apostle. I don't care about an apostle. I don't care about an apostle. I don't care about circumcision. But because we'll be going for circumcision, which is in Genesis, it's also in Exodus. Circumcision of the heart is also in Deuteronomy. The ritual removal of the foreskin of the penis in male rituals. It's symbolized for Jews. The membership of the tulikuwa natafuta deity. Fuck circumcision. We are all circumcised. When you go to the Bible and look at culture, it says it's a cultivation of a tillage, the act of developing the intellectual and moral faculties, especially by education. I told you your culture is cultivated out of a cult. Hatuko hapo, tuko kwa deity. Tuko kwa diaspora. Death, no. Deity, no. Demon, no. Decalogue, desert, deacon, deity. Wamekataa kunipea deity in the Bible. Or maybe I don't know how to find it. So forget about the title. Now, all your religions, all the religions of the world, aka, it doesn't matter what religion it is, all of them are worshipping what you call the second house, or what you call Torah. So that will be the middle of spring, aka when the sun is in the first house, Aries, the beginning. When the sun moves to the second house, Canaanite or Ba, which is the middle of spring, which is everything that we planted during spring, we can now see it. We can now give it meaning. We can now give it reasoning. So that is the worship of Ba, or the Canaanite god. Class in session. Hiyo sasa nataka kwanza ukalie, hata hatujafika hapo. Now, 2000 years ago, there was a group of people who sat down and they came up with what you can call a rulership or a civilization. Now, this group of men, what you call mentalities, aka ideas, let's say, who's watching? Let's say Steve Sachs and me, we sit down. Let's say we are the soul group and we sit down, we are there, jenga na jenga, and we decide, okay, we are going to come up with something. Steve Sachs, you can remember like when we were talking about a cooperation na vitu kama hizo. So when we come up with those terms and conditions, then that is how now we are going to create what you can call a rulership, or that is how we are going to create what you can call a culture, or something for people to follow through what you are calling education. Let me go back to your Bible. Like using your Bible. Because this is what you have been missing, the point. So according to the Bible, let's define culture through the Bible. We are not talking of circumcision. Why do I keep falling on circumcision? Yet my heart is circumcised. Come here, dear candle. We need your light here. No, too big. We need another light. We need a flashlight to read the Bible. Read your Bible, pray every day. So according to culture, definition of culture, cultivation or tillage, the act of developing the intellectual and moral faculties, especially by education. So you have to know, that is why when you go to your education, you have what you call sayings, you have proverbs, you have riddles. All that is education. Culture is expert care and training. So in culture, you are trained what you call megiro. Do not do this. Do not touch this. Do not drink this. Do not do this when this is like this. Culture definition from the Bible. Okay, I'm in the glossary of what you call the Monothetic Index. It is enlightenment and excellence of taste acquired by intellectual and aesthetic training, acquaintance with and taste in fine arts. You have music, humanities, and broad aspects of science as distinguished from vocational and technical skills. Sasa hapa ndio utapata magic. This is where you are going to find your diviners, your seers in this science. Number 5, define culture. Number 5, the integrated pattern of human knowledge, belief, and behavior that depends upon our capacity for learning and transmitting knowledge to succeeding generations. You know that your culture is all about passing on to the next generation. So the customary beliefs, social forms, and material traits of a racial, religious, or social group, the shared attitudes, values, goals, and practices that characterize a company or corporation. Number 6, cultivation of living material in prepared nutrient media, also a product of such cultivation. C, inculturation. Umesikia tumefika media. Now, why was I defining culture? So this group of people, so we have a group of people. They sat down and they came up with all that. So there was a lot of other people who were not doing anything to change anything in their life. Did we hang? Whatever. So there was a lot of people who, in the same way, let's say today, in today's life, there's also a lot of people who, when you look at them, they don't seem to be doing anything in their life. So these people, what happens is that even in your community, there are people who feel like they're in rulership. They can keep increasing the prices of fuel. And when it gets here, I'm really sorry for anybody who's getting affected by the increase in prices of fuel, because this is by design. Your president has got no call on this. This is things that are being done in the world. Okay? But I'm going to talk about it. So this group of people, back 2,000 years ago, they decided to come up with what you are practicing today. Okay? So these people, they sat back and they decided, we are going to do something. So they came with the Bible and a gun into your land. So they either told you, and remember, keyword, they told you very well, it was to convert you. So religion, you are converted. Never forget that part. You never went to learn religion. Your religion was not given to you. Neither did you ask for it. You were converted. Unasikia, people were converted into Christianity. People were converted into Muslim. So there were people who were converting people. Define convert.
Here's the definition of convert. Change the form, character, or function of something.
So they were changing the character. They were changing the form. Form ni gani? They were changing the character. So what is character? Your characteristics. What do you do? How do you worship? Wacha tumie tu dictionary. Define character.
This is the definition of character. The mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual.
So they were changing your morality. Okay? They were changing what you can call, so character is broad. I can't see shit, man. So they were changing your temperament. Temperament is also what gives you temperature, how you relate. So they were changing your makeup, your genetic makeup. They were changing your make. They were changing your mentality. They were changing your persona, your essence, your qualities, your features. You can continue class in session. So tukisema unaenda na wewe una chimba chimba. Useme ati wa Mudhaka alikuja akatufunza. I'm only here to remind you. You're supposed to go out there and also dig more into this information. Okay? Don't just sit there. Wewe umekaa tu hapo kama ndege unawekwa. Then you can go and regurgitate the knowledge. You have to do your own research. Everything that comes out of my mouth, don't believe it. Go and do your own research. Now, so this group of people, when they created or when they came up with these things, this is 2,000 years ago. So all civilization, no one should lie to you that civilization started millions of years ago. Civilization started 2,000 years ago. Because the only written or what you can call oral tradition, passed down oral tradition or written, is only 2,000 years old. Abu Kinyanjui Dayo, no one should tell you that we have a civilization going beyond 2,000 years. There were people, of course there were people, okay? The world was there. Earth, as a planet, was there. Not the world view. The world view is the civilization, but Earth was there as a planet. For example, when was Mount Everest discovered?
1852. According to University of Montana, straddling the rim of Tibet and Nepal, the world's highest mountain had remained unknown to Western humankind until 1852, when surveyors discovered it during the ongoing British government's charting of India.
Thank you, girl. You've spoken too much. I love you sometimes. So, before 1852, before they discovered Mount Everest, remember Mount Everest was there. Earth was there. But in 1852 is when they discovered Mount Everest. So in the same way, Earth has always been there with its inhabitants, with its Buga, the Caucasoids, the Mongoloids, what do we call them? We have the Mongoloids, so this will be the Mongolians, the Eastern people. Now we are talking about phenotypes, your skull, why you have a thick skull. Then we have Africans, what you call the Negroids. These are phenotypes, Negroes. Then we have the Caucasoids, what you call the white people. So these are phenotypes. Now, define phenotypes.
Here's the definition of phenotype. The set of observable characteristics of an individual resulting from the interaction of its genotype with the environment.
That is very unfair. How can you tell people that? So your phenotype is how you relate to your environment based on where you are. So the Caucasoids, their phenotype is how they relate in the West where it gets very cold. The Negroids, this is a phenotype, is how you relate in your environment, aka a place of a lot of sun, what you are calling equator, or a place whereby your sun as a chakra is interacting with this chakra, what you call Earth, Tiamat, Gaia. These are just chakras. These are beings. These are stars. So when they, not that phenotype, Pheno, phenotypes. So, a phenotype, kulingana na msichana wa Google, you will like using Google Scholar because this is what you use. It is the set of observable characteristics of an individual resulting from the interaction of its genotype with the environment. So depending on your genes and how you interact with the environment, that gives us what you can call a phenotype. Either you are Caucasoids, the whites, the lizards, or you are a Mongoloids, the Mongolians, the Eastern people, the Asian community and their technology, or either you are a Negroid, Negroes, thick skulls, based on you are living closer to this chakra, what you are calling the sun, so it hits you a lot when kichwa ngumu, coconut head. Now, so tumesema interaction of its genotype. So, define a genotype.
This is the definition of genotype. The genetic constitution of an individual organism.
So, based on your genetical, can you give me a better definition? These people are in class, okay? So genotype of an organism is the complete set of genetic material. What is in your genes? What is in your epigenetics? Now, tukifika hapo, a genotype, we have to talk about the 3 genotypes. So this will be the homozygous PP, homozygous dominant PP, and the hetero. So this is based on genes or epigenetics or how you interact with that son. I'll give you an example. When you go to what you call, I was in Marsabit last year for some time. I stayed in Marsabit for, I think, for 5 months. So in Marsabit, because it heats so much, a donkey would die in the morning. Nilikuwa napita na gari hivi, nilikuwa natengeneza barabara, jenga na jenga. I do many things. I'm also a contractor, general contractor. So nilikuwa napita hivi na gari, double cabin, of course, black in color, nice car. Nilikuwa napita hivi, naacha punde inataka kukufa hapo asubuhi. Nafika site, nafika kwa mchaina, nini. On my way back, nakutaia, kumbe punde imekufa, hata imefura, hata imeinunua miguu juu. By the time nirudi hivi saa 6, imefura, iko karibu kubust, because ni kama imewekwa kwa jiko. Marsabit gets bloody hot. So, around 1, naanza kuona vultures in a cycle juu. A lot of vultures cycling. Then they land. Immediately vultures land. They are landing for a fiesta. They are landing to feast. And by the time nifike out of saa 10, nikuwa nakuta ile punda niliacha ikitaka kukufa asubuhi. Jioni ni mfupa. Bones. So that's a lot of transformation. Okay, so the people who came here, the people who are always following your pharaohs, the graves, they wanted to know, why do things change so much there? How come something can die in the morning and in the evening it's just bones? So they came up with the conclusion, life must have started there, because that is where everything goes so fast. So there's a lot of transformation. Okay, now these people, tumetoka kwa genotypes na phenotypes. I love teaching, so because hata hii haikuwa nini, hii sasa hii ilikuwa the topic. However, so these people, when I say civilization started 2,000 years ago, what happened is that when these people came to the people, they found no civilization. What do you mean by no civilization? When they came to these grounds, they found that the people could only communicate in one language. The gods must be crazy. So these white people, they came with their guns and their Bibles. So they are looking at these primitives like, hey, James, come here. You get what this bush monkey is trying to say? The gods must be crazy. So for them, they looked at that like, these people are uncivilized, aka we cannot understand their language. Their language is not evolved. Okay? So someone is like, you should write a book. I already have books. I write books, but I'll publish them. So they looked at the people like, wait a minute. We have come with boats and ships and guns. These people have got primitive tools. So these people are not civilized. Define civilization.
Here's the definition of civilization. The stage of human social and cultural development and organization that is considered most advanced.
Okay? So these people are not most advanced. These people did not have guns. These people do not have ships. These people are backward. So they looked at it like, it is our work. We are doing the work of God to civilize these people, to make these people advance. These people have never seen a gun. So I want to show you why these people, you keep hating on these people, but they were doing what you do, the same thing you do today. Wewe saizi unaendanga unanunua ploti na unasema watu wa huko ni wajinga sana. Unasema, nimeona ploti zinauzwa 50,000 hapa Mutomo. Watu wa Mutomo ni wajinga, twende tujinyakulie eka 5. It is the same thing. What would you just have done? What would you have done? The same thing you are doing in Mutomo. The same thing saizi mmejana huku Ndeia mnanunua ploti. The same thing mnaenda Isinya, mnaenda what do you call this other place where you are lying to people. Mnaenda mnatengeneza ka resort, mnaweka tu nyumba tombao, mnaweka ka swimming pool, mnaweka very good advertisements on TikTok. Mtu akichukua hiyo video hivyo TikTok, you're like, where is this location? Of course you never go, you only ask on TikTok, where is the location, what is the price, but you never go. Kama ungekuwa unaenda ungeuliza location, ungeenda. Kambulu hot air. I've seen your president, your puppet president who is always shaking hands with the devil. Mwenye ameuza kampuni, sijui where, I don't know where your grandmother is going to go. I don't know where your sister, I don't know where your auntie who has no papers is going to go. Watafutwa wote KPLC. All those, hizo vitu zote privatize. All those people are going to come with their own labor. They are going to come with their own, the Chinese, all those, anyone who's going to buy. Remember, when you buy a business, you run it any way you want. Wanaweza sema, oh, we have a memorandum of association where we are going to employ locals. Locals. You are going to employ locals. Akina Kimathi na Kinodhia. Mtu unapeanga kazi, akinama kwa shamba, unampea kazi, unaingia kwa nyumba, anakuja na kugongea. Unashuka ni nini? Anakuambia, boss, unajua tujalipishana hii kazi na nimeanza tu. Ukienda kuangalia kitu ameanza, ameweka jembe hata hajaanza. Unamuuliza hata hujafanya kazi. Nilikuwa nafikiria hiyo pesa tumesikiza. Those people are going to come with their people. Okay? Now, someone is like most advanced, really. Walikuwa na lugha yao hata kama they used to click sound to communicate. You are missing the point. Your language, we are speaking in English. So their language is superior. Understand that. We don't have Kikuyu, you don't have Luo as the universal language. It is their language. You read in their language, English language. You learn in their language. You do everything in their language. So that is what I mean by most advanced. Their language is more advanced. We don't have people learning your language. We don't have people learning, doing exam. We don't have that. We don't have that. But we have English. So they were more, to them, they looked at it like, we are more advanced. We can communicate with more people. We have a more bigger civilization, whether you want to call it a culture or what you call a tribe. Your tribe is limited. Your tribe is limited in your location. Their tribe is huge. So they look at that like, that is what you are calling a civilization. Their tribe was reaching a bigger location, land, whether it's Rome, whatever you want to call it. So they looked at that like, okay, we are more civilized. So these people need to be civilized. You had chiefs and small groups in rulerships. They came with ships and guns. Okay? Right now, we are in class, so don't be biased. At this particular moment, don't be biased. Now you are being biased. I believe everyone was born advanced, civilized in their own right. Now you are being biased. You should learn first, then you do what you can do your biasing baadaye. This is a class. I want to teach you first of all, to remind you where it all started. This is how they look at the world. This is why Mavado is hammering Vybz Kartel. Okay? Now you're wondering, why is Vybz Kartel? Kwani Vybz Kartel anapigwa Gaza? Why is Vybz Kartel being why are they being bombed? Why are they being changed? Why is their water being Vybz Kartel? We are talking of Vybz Kartel. We know those people. You saw what they did for. You see, even Kanye West could not even access his own music through the phones. We don't like talking about the chosen people. They call themselves the chosen people of God. Okay, you know who I'm talking about. So I'm talking about Mavado. So nikiongea about Mavado, the Gali side, I'm talking about the people who say they are the people chosen of God. Unajua ni akina nani saizi wanapiga mpaka ambulance na missiles. Unajua ni akina nani? Nikisema Vybz Kartel, ujue naongea about Gaza wenye wanapigwa for the sake of this video. Okay? Now, so tulikuwa pale kwa civilization, so that I even show you what this war is about, because you think you know what this war is about. It has got nothing to do with the Bible. It is all about people who are sitting on resources, but they don't seem to do anything with those resources. So this is another war of civilization. So these people are looking at themselves as the most civilized. They have the dome security system, the most advanced. They get free money from Uncle Sam, the one who's always biting, the one who's always sleeping. So to them, they are the most advanced. At this particular moment, unasemanga ati yako kainchi kanaweza piga dunia mzima. They came to Entebbe. I'm talking about Gali side. Mavado. So Mavado right now has all the weapons. Okay? So Mavado, the only reason Mavado is going to attack Vybz Kartel, Gaza Music, is because Vybz Kartel is having his hands open, always asking for help, reparation, 5 acres and a mule. We were slaves. We are the sons of Mau Mau. We need to be compensated. We are the sons of Mau Mau. We are the sons of Gogewa Thiong'o. We are the sons of the fallen Mokami Thiong'o. But that is not the point. So they look at them like, we grow flowers in the same land as you, in the desert. We are exporting a lot of things. How comes you are not doing the most? So they look at you like, they look at God. Remember, they call themselves the chosen people of God, Mavado. So they look at the people like, how comes you are not civilized? How comes you are not acting the way you're supposed to be? So we are going to teach you a lesson. So every time we have another guy who your president went and shook hands with, he used to be a comedian. You know whom I'm talking about, okay? So he used to be a comedian. So that comedian who became a president of a place where they have a lot of wheat, you know, the comedian who your president is shaking hands with very proudly, na hiyo mkafikiria ati hiyo ni maneno ya ngano. Remember your president have a very huge appetite for ngano na vitu kama hizo. Mnamjua, sukari ako kila mahali. So they look at that, for example, hiyo ndio inafanyika. So Russia, nimemention names, I shouldn't be mentioned. Russia is a good country, they love dancing. Vladimir Putin is a very good person. Russia is a very good country together with Ukraine, for the sake of this video. Russia is very good, Ukraine is very good. So Russia is going dancing in Ukraine. Mimi najua si kudansi ndio. Why? Because hiyo inaitangwa population control. So the same way that wewe unaendanga kwa kiugo yako ya kuku, unaangalia unaona hizi kuku zinakula, nazinunulia omena, unga zinakula, na ile kuku itakangi mayai. Hiyo ndio unachinjanga ya kwanza. So hiyo ndio ina happen Gallicide and Mavado. Hiyo ndio ina happen uko comedian. You used to be a comedian. Your world is ruled by comedians. You guys, you are ruled by comedians na chicken sellers na vitu kama hizo. So that is how civilization started. So when this civilization they came, they found people is the same way unaweza kuwa na duka. Uko na duka iko tao, uko the best corner iko na 2 corners. But wewe baadaye ufungue hizi duka zote ziko hapa ziko na vitu mingi, wewe umekataa kuuza. So what do? Wanakuondoanga. This is the same thing that happens in Kibera. Okay? This is the same thing that is happening in Kibera. You don't want to move, a fire happens. Amutaki kuenda toy market in a ban. Amutaki kuenda ikichomeka mara 4 hata mtu anakuambianga uende. Ukichomekewa na stock mara 4 na ulikuwa na Caron bottoms up, si unaondokea soko. Mkiondokea soko, what happens? A mall comes up. Go to what do you call that other place? Kwenye mnanuanga manguo. Kwenye this guy with socks in Sheng anasemanga Mapemba ndio best. Nikajifungulia Kingwanchuka, nikapata Destiny, nikafika soko. What do you call that place? Toy imenipoteza, si toy. What do you call that place? Past Kamukunji. Gikomba, yes. Shout out to Ahu and Matt. So, the same. If you want people to move from Gikomba, what happens? A fire starts. A very mysterious fire. Someone dropped a cigarette. We'll always blame it on electricity. Siju munaulizanga stima nini. It was an electric fault caused a fire in Gikomba. So, with time, those people have to move. So, what happens? Wanakuja, wanaweka malls. Hata wale watu wamekatalia isili inafikanga mahali, you see another guy ameweka wall mkubwa. Ati juu watu walikuja wakajenga apartment, ameweka ukuta sijui 50 feet. But eventually he will have to sell. So uuzangi juu unataka. So that is what I'm talking about. So the population control is very real. The way you run, nimekuambia venye wewe unaendanga kwa kiugo yako, na hii kuku inakula na itagi, hii kuku inafanya you get rid of it. That is what is happening with Mavado and Gallicide. It has got nothing to do with the Bible at all. Even back then, it was the same story. AKA, you have everything African. You are sitting on gold, but you don't do anything with the gold. You don't even wear gold. Shout out to Jegawa Muthaka. May I wear gold when I want to. Okay? You are sitting on things that make the most expensive phones, but mko natumulika mwizi, mnatuita tutururu. Unapigianga mtu amekashika hivi, mkiongea haro amekakata. Okay? They are updating the same systems again. So you grow cocoa, you have never tasted chocolate. So that is how they look at you. They are like, and finally now they are tired. That is why they are coming to take your corporations. Every time you are not even making money. Okay? Someone is saying the agenda will collapse when we collectively remember what we should do. Yes, but that is not happening at the moment. Look at Congo. So, back to the topic. Remember, this is a topic about who they are worshipping. But hatujafika hapo sana. So these people, they say, even when you talk of going to nature, I'm an ordained Kikuyu shaman, but I'm not your ordinary Kikuyu ordained shaman. I'm very different on my approach in life. When you keep saying, turudi kwa culture, tosoke odoire, let's go back to our roots, you are missing the point. What you are calling going back to the roots, going back to nature, is not that. You should be going back to your nature, what you call metunata, metuneta, which is nothing more but understanding how to create or to build a civilization, not go back to nature and go back to backwardness and say our forefathers did this. If our forefathers were so clever, how come they were victimized? If your forefathers were so powerful, how comes they became slaves? If your forefathers were so powerful, how comes their countries were taken and they were raped and pirated? So it is showing you that it is the same energy updated every day. Your forefathers were not powerful. I'm sorry to tell you this. You may not agree with me. It's on you. I don't care. Because when I look, you don't seem to be the ones in charge. You seem to be always the one being on the receiving end. You're always the ones receiving the short end of the stick. So instead of you going to buy corporations in Rwanda, instead of you as a country, Kenya, going and buying things in South Africa or in Europe, it is Europe coming to take over your things. It is your presidents who go to the West. I don't see white people coming here to shake hands because we are giving them loans. I don't see them coming here to shake hands because we are giving them nonsense. It is 52 nations in Africa who are still receiving nonsense. Whatever you are producing is still not recognized, is still considered backward in civilization. They have a grandmaster whom they worship, yes. Now, but I'm going to remind you how you're supposed to build. Okay? You're not going to buy any land back because you buy land with corporations. For you to buy land, you need a corporation. And you are the most divided people. You don't know how to come together. But you do come together to build their mega churches. You see the difference? You bring all your money together to build a mega shrine in Subukia. Millions of dollars. You come all together to build a mega Catholic church in Donholm. Those millions of shillings, billion shillings munaeka Donholm kwa kanisa, that's a whole company that can employ watu wote wa Kayole. Everyone atakuwa production line. You have the best oils for Paridram, Saiso, coffee, everything. But still, you export your things as raw material. Munauza majani chai, you don't process anything. Munauza raw because you cannot do it. But your money you take to church. Then, majani chai hata ile mzuri nyinyi huwezi jinunulia. You cannot even buy the best tea leaves. Unakunywanga uchafu wenye mfagiliwa kwa factory. You take garbage. So, nimesema, this is a class in session. So, before you bring your bias, let's learn life fast. I read the Bible. Someone is asking me what I think about the Bible. This is the greatest esoteric book you can read. This book has got all the witchcraft you need in the world. Hakuna kitabu iko na witchcraft mingi kuliko hii. This is why this one has bound you. You are bound by this book because you don't know how to read it. You don't know how to decode it. They gave it to you, but they didn't teach you how to reach it or how to read it. Okay? We should be at 50,000 likes, not 10,000. Show some respect to the knowledge. Now, so these people or can disappear again. That is why I'm not even bringing my lives to TikTok. TikTok is becoming toxic. Kama angekuwa Brian Sheila hapa akionyesha mkundu yake, mungekuwa na 50,000 likes ama 100,000 hapa. Mkifurahia akiweka kidole yake kwa matako. Feel disrespected on the streets. And I'm not going to be disrespected. You can keep browsing if you're not going to like the live. Wacha nibaki na watu 10. So now, so they look at this like, okay, so these people, they don't want to build. These people we are going to run the world. Because if you are running the world, it means we are closer to God, which makes a lot of sense. This is why you go to them for money. You think they are closer to God. This is why they are creating the churches for you. It is still their religion. Africans hamuna kitu. You don't even have your own church. One. Tusemange, this is an African church. Why? It's still their Roman church. It's still their Pentecost. It's still their Orthodox. Na ndio utaenda kesho na wapelekee pesa. I'll tell you where to buy the book when the book is out. Okay? So you do not have the wisdom. You have the knowledge. So you are reading the book. Yakutumaini sina. Nye, 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 nye. Even the tone is not yours. You have nothing of yourself, Africans. We are here to learn. Okay? It's not your religion. You are converted. Tumesema hapa divination of conversion. Where hata ukataangi. When people are converting to Christianity. No, unasema vizuri sana. It's a conversion. Meaning that was not true. Nimekuambia. Mount Kenya was there before civilization. Mount Everest was there before civilization. Your language was there before civilization. You black people were there before civilization. I remind you how to build. Now, you can share this live. I want to see 2 people have shared the live. So, most of these things, okay, they looked at that like, okay, wait a minute. These people are not building. So, since we are running the world, we should be in charge. Which is what happens when you go to Kibera. When you burn Kibera down, when you put up those buildings, who is in charge? It is you. Unaanza kuweka parking, cap parking, unaanza kulipishwa parking, kwenye unaweka gari. Mtu akikuja anaulizwa, kwani umeanza kulipisha parking? Na unapewa ticket. Na unaangalia unaona yenyewe hata nikilipa parking, my car is safer. Now I can leave it here, go to Nairobi. Now you can leave your car in Yaya, kwa basement, ulipe parking, ukimbie tao, kuliko iacha kwa streets. So you like that. So you look at those people like they are closer to God. Okay? That is like being closer to God in one way, shape, or another. Shout out to the people who are sharing the live. So, everything that you are looking at in life, before now we jump into the real life, you should have what you call discernment. Before you get into your feelings, na uanze kusema, oh my God, no. Before you get into your feelings, look at these people like, these people are just doing this because we are not doing it, or someone is not doing it. So they look at that like we are doing the duty of God. So even when they kill you, even when they give you, they look at it like we are doing the work of God. We are stopping something happening. Now, let's go to the worship of the day. Let's go to the whole topic. Shout out to the subconscious community. Shout out to everyone in the comments. Shout out to everyone in the live. Class in session. That was just warming your mind up, preparing you for where we are going now. I have to, do some mental foreplay for you. Some of you don't even get to it for knowledge. The last time you had knowledge was a long time ago. So I had to stroke your minds. I had to come and touch what you call your clit, which is what you call your pineal gland. That is your frontal lobe clit. Make it a little bit wet so that you can get into this. So now, all religions worship what you call that fixated time of spring. Shout out to Duru the pilot man. So when the sun is in the second house, Baal, right here, your throat. So before you start thinking, how is this possible? Nataka ufanye experiment. Wale watu wanakuwa wakikuja soul group, right now, you umeanza uchawi, My enemies, they have joined the live. I have seen them joining the live. You even choked me. Let me drink some water. I'm about to go deep now. Okay? I love my enemies. Na nikule machungwa. Sit down and learn. When the sun is in Aries, March, spring, the beginning of the year, ukienda nje, this was in March, so group wanakumbuka vizuri sana. When the sun was rising, jua ikianza pale 6 am ilikuwa inakumulika hapa. Saa hizi toka nje, when the sun is 6 a.m. ikifika saa 7 mnaona jua ni kama iko hapa juu. Haiko hapa juu, it is in your waist area. Saizi the sun is in your dick and pussy area. The moon has just moved into what we call no, the sun has not moved yet into Scorpio, but the moon has moved. We have a new moon in Libra. So the sun ikianzia pale asubuhi inakumulika sasa, itakuwa inakumulika your dick and pussy area, which is your 8th house. So unaamuka unasema ai umuthi riũa nĩ rĩarire tene mũno, si ati imewaka mapema sana, ikitoka kwenye inamulika. So instead of pointing here juu inaenda lower inakumulika hapa, na because unaangalia juu unaiona hapa ndio imulike your dick area. So ni kama jua iko hapa but iko pale. So now that is between Aries or the first house or vernal equinox, the beginning of the year, March 19 or April 19, whatever, vernal, you can Google. And the days change depending on whether it's a leap year or not. Define vernal equinox.
This is the definition of vernal equinox. The equinox in spring, on about the 20th of March in the northern hemisphere and the 22nd of September in the southern hemisphere.
So, 22nd of December in the southern hemisphere. That explains why in Africa kuna watu wananzanga mwaka hii September tumepita 22, unasikia ni New Year in some South African parts. It's because at the same time they also have their own equinox, aka jua imeenda 3 months imerudi katikati before zibadilishana na kivuli iende the other side. So for the people in the southern hemisphere, that becomes their new year, what you call kimera gĩa kerĩ. The first season mbura yake hu gĩa kerĩ, which is going to start tomorrow midnight usiku. Rain will fall. Someone is talking about moon rituals. Kwa hivyo niache kufunza sasa niongee maneno ya moon rituals, ndio? So I stop teaching, we talk about moon rituals. So what I'm saying is not important. We talk about moon rituals, which again I'm going to talk about, but not now. Tukimalizia. So, during that time, when the sun is in the first house, Aries, beginning of spring, wakati munapandanga, when that rain falls, very heavy rain, it doesn't matter where, kila kitu sprouts into growth. Unaona vitu inamea kwenyu nje unashinda, what the fuck is this? Hii ni mmea gani? Wewe hebu kuja, ushaiona hii mti? Nasema ya Mungu ni ya maajabu. Mungu ako na maneno mingi sana. Mungu ni wa maajabu. Ni wa maajabu, Mungu ni wa maajabu. It is spring, the beginning of growth, life, birth. What you call Yahweh, worship of Yahweh. Pale. Jua inaenda Taurus. After 30 days, the sun moves into another house, second house, Baal, a house, a Bether, a Bethlehem, B, letter 2, or number 2. So when the sun moves there, that is when nyinyi mnaendanga kupalilia chakula. That is when mnaendanga kupalilia chakula. Middle of spring, which is February. Which month is the middle of spring?
According to Wikipedia, similarly, according to the Celtic tradition, which is based solely on daylight and the strength of the noon sun, spring begins in early February and continues until early May, with St. Patrick's Day being regarded as the middle day of spring.
St. Patrick's Day, middle of spring. Worship of Baal, or El Shaddai, or El. So hapo, practically, munakuanga mukipalilia. Kuna mtu anasema ukiona mtu wako na live na snail shells, run for your life, guys. Run very fast. Hata unafai kuwa hapo. The goat, you should not be here. Okay? I practice witchcraft every day. Hata ujaona shells, motherfucker goat. I have shells everywhere. Okay? Shells everywhere. Hata ujaona. So run. Run. If you are scared, go to church. Run like the goat you are. Wewe ni mbuzi, meh. I have a candle burning, bitch. You just stumbled into some witchcraft life, so run. Enda ukaombe. Fuck your God. I don't care about your God. Mungu anakuita na nipenda. Fuck your God. So why can't your God say, why do you have to speak for your God? When your God is a boy, he can't speak for himself. He needs a mere man like you to speak for him. You are here to go fuck you. Go get away from my life, bitch. Who hurt your feelings? Small boy. Who hurt your feelings? You lack parental love. Kwenda kabisa. Unaenda comment, enda kwa kanisa. Toka hapa. Motherfucker. Go and report the live. Nifunge. Unipate kwa nini? Hata ujui Israel ni kusema nini. So when the sun now moves into that month, what you are called the second house or Baal or the worship of the Canaanites god, okay, that is the fixated point of a spring. Now, what happens around that time? Hiyo ndio ile watu wanalima ati anafikiria ati am heart ati truth hearts. Sasa hiyo wakati that is when mnalimianga chakula huko nje, mnapalilia mahindi, mnapalilia. Let me just block this motherfucker. Usually I don't block people, but I can block this bitch. Kaa tu hapo, uko na 0 followers. Can you all go and follow the goat? He's hurting. He has 0 followers. I should follow you. Wacha nikufollow nikiwa wa kwanza. Goat. Let me follow you. Let me stroke your ego. I followed you, goat. I'm the first one to follow you. Goat, I followed you. Okay? Nimekufuala. So if you need your ass pampered, if you need someone to maybe scratch your balls when they're itching because when you are a boy, you had nappy rash and no one stroked them, I'm stroking your balls a little bit. Okay? I followed you. So sasa usienda kusikia vibaya. Najua huko na followers. I'm the first one. Guys, go and follow the goat. Just for fun, follow the goat. Give him, make him feel important. He's telling me, and by God, yeah, my God loves me. Follow the goat. He needs followers. Follow Youthman. Let me see if I'm following Youthman. Let me see I'm following Youthman. Or Youthman is following. I'll follow him back. Or Youthman is following. So now, during that time, ile wakati munapalilia, unaenda nje unapalilia. So kupalilia ni nini? Ni kuweka vitu nguvu. Ni centering them down. Okay, you are putting everything, you are centering things down, you are anchoring things down. Hiyo mahindi kimea utaki iname, so unairushia nini? Unairushia mchanga. Now, all worship of all deities are based on that, aka every time of the day. Remember when we started this live, I talked about what? We defined deities and entities. Deities and entities. We defined them before we started. So during that time, which is a different time of the day, this is what you should be worshiping. For example, the people who worship what you call Yahweh, including the Gikoyos, my people, when you go and face Mount Kenya, and remember, when you are facing Mount Kenya, you are not facing the mountain. Because if someone is in the other side of Chuka and they are facing Mount Kenya, it means you are all facing where Mount Kenya is facing. The Orion constellation na vitu kama hizo. So when you are facing Mount Kenya, what are you doing? You are worshipping that entity, that deity of 6 a.m. in the morning, of what you are calling spring, or the beginning of something. That is even when you are worshipping, you call on him. What you see? Then the sun will move into another house, aka between 8 and 10, the second house. So when you are worshipping during the day, you should know the deities or the entities that you are talking to. So the people who worship Jehovah na vitu kama hizo, what you are trying to tell us is that amutaki weather change. You want us to continue worshipping spring. But you know we go through many cycles. So hakuna hata Mungu hawezi kubali ati jua ikuanga ikiwaka saa zote. Everything is a cycle. So if you are watching me and you go to church, I don't even want you to stop going to church, because that we need the church. We need religion. Religion is there for people with mental illnesses like the goat. So people who don't want to think for themselves, instead of learning, okay, or the seasons, so they need mental clutches. When you are weak, mtu akivunjika mguu ananga na clutches. There are people who need mental clutches like the goat. So the church is there for them, and we love the church. Shout out to the church for helping people like the goat. These are damaged spirits. Some people are so damaged when they come to this world, they need something to cling on. That is why we need the church. We love the church. Shout out to the church. This space is not for people who are seeing things in one way. Okay? Now, so that worship now of the different times of the day, all the way to you calling on your archangels. For example, when it is 11:45 for the Kikuyus, what do they do? 11:45, you have seen them in their lives. Wanasemanga wanaitana. Twende tuitane. You keyword kuitana. Ni mathaa ma gwĩtana. They are calling on something. So since we are using your Google Scholar, because I don't want you to be afraid of my shells and my witchcraft, what archangel is associated with 11:45 a.m. in the morning? Sasa utajibu hiyo. Sijasema archangel, nimesema archangel. What archangel is associated with the time in the morning between 11:45 a.m.? Sijauliza planet. What is the problem with you? Archangel Michael. So when you are calling on Archangel Michael, unaweza Google hapo when I'm done. Live is hanging or they are reporting or whatever. Ikihang tutazifunga tu, it doesn't matter. You know? So Archangel Michael. So when the Kikuyus are facing 11:45 wanasema reke tuetane, ni mathaa ma gwĩtana 11:45, you are calling on Archangel Michael as an archangel. The Kikuyus don't know it's Archangel Michael, it's Archangel Michael for the white people. The Kikuyus, they are still calling on their deity, but you should know what is Archangel Michael known for. Because remember, we are about to go into the PM. Tunaenda kuingia PM, 12 PM. So tunaitana 11:45 before we get to the PM. What is Archangel Michael known for?
According to St. Michael's College, St. Michael is an archangel, a spiritual warrior in the battle of good versus evil. He is considered a champion of justice, a healer of the sick, and the guardian of the church.
So because you know we are about to go into what you call, I didn't say St. Michael. I said Archangel Michael. Or let's ask, why should I pray to Archangel Michael?
According to Hallow, ultimately, we pray the St. Michael chaplet to gain the archangel's protection in battle, to strengthen our bodies and souls against the powers of evil, and to grow in humility through greater reliance on God and less on ourselves.
You heard that. So, we are calling on Archangel Michael to be our guardian because we are about to go into the PM, midday, when the sun is directly above us. What is that time? We are about to go into what you call, pay attention, tumetoka Cancer. We are going to go into our solar plexus. Aries, 6 to 8. Taurus, 8 to 10. Gemini, 10 to 12. So before we get to 12, which will be 12, which will be now what you are calling Cancer, the great flood or Noah's flood. That is why every time you Google Noah, there has to be a rainbow. So before you go through that first arc, the first rainbow, the first archangel, we need Archangel Michael to come and help us because you are about to receive the great flood. We are about to be hit by our emotions. The sun is about to go to the heart area. We are about to care about our families na vitu kama hizo. Number 4, heart. So even when wanapenda kuenda kwa mganga, ukienda kwenye uone uko na shida ya roho, wacha kushinda ukienda kwa mganga. Okay? Kuko na shida ya roho, mamako roho inapiga, high blood pressure, nonsense. Just know that has got things to do with the family. Amusikizani kwa familia yenu. Mamako ni toxic. Your father is toxic. Your sisters are toxic. It has got everything to do with the family. The 4th house, Cancer. Sasa. Now, someone is saying Google is a scholarly resource. So that is why you are calling on that archangel. Tumetoka Aries, Taurus, Gemini, tuko Cancer, Noah's, Yahweh, 1st house, between 6 and 8, between 8 and 10, you are worshipping the Canaanite god or Torah's hour. Define the Canaanite god or Baal. Imekataa kudefine. Wacha tuiulize masaa. What hour is the hour of the Canaanite god? Imekataa kujibu. It doesn't matter. Time in Bible times. You can go and read for yourself. Iko hapo. You can go and read for yourself. Go and Google. Hatutaingia hapa sana. Hatutaongea about El Shaddai. Okay? But you can define even El Shaddai ukitaka. So kuna hii inaitwa time in Bible times. Open up. Go and look for this data. It's in your Google. Inajiita, maybe I should even share this with the people in the soul group. Wakati wa King Hezekiah, the sundial na vitu kama hizo. Let me share this with the people. Soul group iko disbanded. We haven't formed a new wacha nitumie nani. Wacha niweke hapa. Let me just put it in that group hata kama si active. It's a study by Harvard. So, between that is the Canaanite God. So I want to teach you or to remind you how to behave throughout the day based on your Bible or the title. This. So between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. ndio naambianga uamke mapema. That is when you're supposed to be planting or springing into your day or beginning your day. By that time, when you are springing, ujapanda, so that is between 6. Ikienda kufika saa moja, unafaa kuwa umepanda mbegu ya hiyo siku. You're supposed to plant on that day, know what you're going to do that day. Na ninaambianga mtu, nitakupigia saa moja nikuambie kama tutaonana. You don't even know why you say saa moja. You don't even know why you pay attention. Why do you think they give you news at 7 a.m.? Na hii idhaa ya taarifa whatever nonsense ni saa moja kamili. Rais nonsense alisema hivi. It has to be at 7 a.m. like a main news, because that is the hour you're supposed to be planting the day. So between 6 and 8 you have planted. You spring 6, 7 you plant, 8 ushaanza kitu. Ndio ikifika 9 unapalilia. Ndio ikienda kufika 10, this is Torah zao, umepalilia, unakunywa chai. Ndio maana kwa ofisi unaendanga chai ya saa 4. Kwa sababu that is Torah's time. You have anchored everything down. You go to the office, you did your emails, you talk to the boss, you plan for the day, so you need to do your chai saa 4. Torah zao. Saa 4 ni saa ngapi? Gemini. Communicative mutable sign ni kuongea. Ndio unakunywa chai ya saa 4 ukiongea, kwa sababu hata ukinyimwa hiyo chai, hiyo masaa inakuanga ni perepepe kwa ofisi. That is the time research inaonesha everyone is on TikTok now. Saa 4 ndio watu wote wanaanza live. Do a study. Ingia TikTok hata mtu ana kitu ya kusema anakuanga live. Hata mtu ana kitu ya kusema, sasa hiyo ndio anakuanga live. Ni Gemini, communication, the twins, the shoulders, what you call Sodom and Gomorrah. So hiyo ni masaa ya Sodom and Gomorrah in the Bible. Or Gemini, communicative, mutable, kuongea sana. So within that time, hata ukienda kwa ofisi, unakuta kuko na break. Kama ni shule, primary ama high school, mnapewa break saa 4. Gemini, go and interact, and then mukacheze mpira, and then mukarukeruke huko. It's break time, tea break, and all that nonsense. Kengele inapigwa, enda ukakojoe, alafu rudi ulale, na vitu kama hizo. Now, when the sun moves kutoka saa 4 mpaka saa 6, hiyo ni Noah's time. Okay? Emotions. Even the people who say to your education, they know this. But you have a very stupid curriculum, because the people elected in office, they are bored. They don't know anything. They have no wisdom. So your calendar, na that is why it is so expensive here to pay for what you call British curriculum, GNC. Kwa sababu inaendanga very different with their subjects na venye kunaenda huko. At that particular time, between saa 4 na saa 6, okay? Ni nini inafaa ukuwa ukifanya? Because it's a time for interaction. Hata before ifike saa 5, unafaa kuwa umepewa class. Sasa hiyo ndio unafaa kuwa ukienda lab. Sasa hiyo ndio unafaa ukiwa anything that is very interactive, the arts classrooms. That is the best time to do art classrooms. Okay? Lakini si bora uhai, si bora musome. Si they update these things as the day. Kwani kama education ingekuwa mzuri ingebadilishwa. Tungetoka form 6, tungeweza 844, tungeenda 344, tungeenda 456, tungeweza. Why do they keep changing them or updating them? Because they're updating them depending on the time. Now, when the sun moves now, tumefika saa 6, 10 and 6. Tuko Gemini. Saa 6. Tuko wapi? Can someone remind me where we are? Tumefika wapi? Metoka first house 6 to 8, tukaenda 8 to 10 second house, 10 to 12 third house. Sasa tuko fourth house, Cancer. 12 to 2. Nimeruka gani? Tuko Gemini, which is 10 to 12. So between 12 and 2, tunaingia nini? Home, Cancer, Noah's time. Hiyo masaa ya Noah, wewe mtu anakuambianga mnunulie lunch, unamwambia nini? Hujabeba pesa. Unaingiza kila kitu kwa safina. All your animalistic states. You are in your animalistic state, tuende lunch. Leo siendi lunch. Mtu akipita au jamaa anapenda kununuliwa lunch, that's the demo gorera jidiko mogorera. Hapana, simnunuli lunch. Everyone is greedy. Everyone is self-entitled. You care about going for lunch. You care about kuenda hapa na vitu kama hizo. Between 2 and 4, what is that time? Your solar plexus, wewe. This is the 5th house, or what you call the Lion of Judah. So what do you do when the sun is in the 5th house? Tuulize Google, tuache kuchoka. Ndio maana nawaambianga muandike hizi vitu muende mfanye research. Between 2 and 4. What activities do humans engage in between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m.? Iongei sasa, inaweka tu hapa. Not workout. Sasa ni nini wewe? What is the characteristic of time between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m.? Umefuta zote, si ndio? Umefuta zote Google, eh? You have deleted all this esoteric energy that was there, si ndio? Mumefuta. Futeni kabisa. Fahrenheit 4 and 5. Futa kabisa, tukae hivyo. So, between that time, wewe ukiwa kwa ofisi, unafanyanga nini? Unachanga koti yako KRA, umeihang, una disappear. Because that is masaa yako. Saa 8 mpaka saa 10 ni masaa yako, umehepa ofisi. At that time you cannot deliver. Mtu akikuja ofisi, umekuja masaa gani hii? Saa hii saa 8 watu wametoka lunch. Nani hajarudi lunch? Boss ameenda lunch hajarudi na ni saa 8. Why? The boss is gone. Unaenda kukaa chini kungojea, unaambiwa unataka kungoja unajua anaweza kuja after saa 10, si ukuje kesho asubuhi yake, because even that person does not want to fanya nini to work. So it is the time to express yourself. So you go to the gym. Shout out to Molly. That is the best time to work out. That is the best time mtu anaacha koti anaenda hapa hill ama date na vitu kama hizo. Saa 10. Kutoka saa 10 na saa 12, what happens? Virgo, your waist, your 6th house, connecting. Sasa hiyo ndio mnakuanga kwa stage. Unataka kuenda nyumbani. Rashawa. Hata ujui uko kwa rashawa, hata tujafika Libra. Ujui kwa nini unakimbia kwa rashawa. Ujui. Hapo ndio ule jamaa wa TikTok anakujanga ameshika simu, anachukua selfie man. Mmepanga line pale Kencom, anakuja anachukua selfie man. Wengine wakasika, acha kunishika. Trauma, watu wa Japona trauma. Anakuja na simu anashika watu. Selfie man anaongea anawashika tu. Mmepanga line Super Metro, mmepanga line. Why? Everybody wants to go home because you are about to go what? Into what you call Libra or harvest time, which is now between what? 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. Mko kwa rashawa saa hiyo saa 11 mkienda nyumbani, because it is harvest time, or what you call a mini Ramadan, or what you call in short Saturday or Sabbath, or the sun being in the 7th house, or what you call the sun being 180 degrees opposite kwenye ilianzia the 1st house Aries. Sasa iko set, ni sunset. Wakikuyu wana face huku tenda kwenye jua imeset, wanasema ni kore soki ya goine. They are returning the sun to go and bask, to sleep na vitu kama hiyo. Ni sasa. Now that I was still preparing your mind, but I'm still, this is still mental foreplay, okay, esoteric mental foreplay. I just wanted you to have your pineal gland tingling. You needed some foreplay for your uncircumcised frontal lobes. Some of you, your hearts are uncircumcised. It's in the Bible. See, mimi nasema circumcision of the heart is in the Bible. Remember, the heart is the 4th house. I'm nakwambia sasa, unafaa kujuza, what do you mean circumcision in the 4th house? What do you mean circumcision in Cancer? Na Cancer tunajua ni Noah. Oh wait, is it Noah who was told to circumcise the people? Wait a minute. What is it Abraham or Noah? So what is this circumcision of the heart? Define circumcision of the heart in the Bible.
According to Resource UMC, to be more particular, circumcision of heart implies humility, faith, hope, and charity. Humility, A right judgment of ourselves cleanses our minds from those high conceits of our own perfection, from that undue opinion of our own abilities and attainments, which are the genuine fruit of a corrupted nature.
Yeah, Noah was corrupted, so Noah had to be humble, humility. Was Noah humble?
According to Bible.com, Noah was humble. He loved and worshipped God while no one else did.
Never be humble. Be modest. But according to this world, they want you to be humble. Slap to one side, give the other. But when you know the true definition, you never be like that. Sasa, now. So, now let's jump into the class now. Sasa tumeanza sasa. Okay? I hope you have your pens ready. Now, when the sun is in the middle of spring, in that position, the second house, Baal, the Canaanite god, or Taurus season, they have different entities, name, for every different portion of the sun. What did we say is an entity? Turudie, ndio usisahau. Never be humble. Be modest. Huyo unaweza sema Jenga wa Muthaka alikuambia. Define an entity.
Here's the definition of entity. A thing with distinct and independent existence.
So, every hour is distinctive in its own way. So that makes it an entity. So between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m., what you are calling Aries, that's an entity. Because at that particular time, when you go outside, in Kikuyu they say imeregeiteka. When you observe the gods, zinakuanga zimeamuka but hazikuli. At that part, between 6 na 7, mbuzi hata ukizifungulia ziwezi kula. Naangalianga nyasi hivi ikiwa na maji. Zinangojea nini? They are waiting for the dew to drop. So at that particular time, ndio zinaendanga kwa mwonyo. Hapo ndio zinaendanga kwa salt. That is when they go licking the salt. That is the time they are licking the salt. Okay? Those are the characters. Then tuliongea about deities na entities. You look at the characters of time. It is in your Bible. I'll give you, it is in Exodus. So now, that is what we are calling an entity. So, the sun is considered a deity. Tulisema deity ni nini? Unajua sitaki msahau. You know this is $1 million esoteric lecture mnapata hapa for free. And we are still at 27,000 mere likes. We should be at 100,000. Define a deity.
This is the definition of oddity. A strange or peculiar person or thing.
Munasemanga nini about the sun? You call the sun peculiar. You say the sun is a mysterious thing. So the sun is a deity. When you go to cartoons, shout out to Ashley Labs. When you go to the cartoons in your channels, they show the sun, they call the sun god, a deity. The sun is considered together with the moon, which is the mother god, the moon. Now, so since the sun is considered a deity, and the wife, the moon, is considered the mother, so different sun are considered different deities. So different suns between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m., that's a different deity. So that's Yahweh. So between 8 and 10, that is considered the Canaanite god or Baal. Between 10 and 12, that is considered Sodom and Gomorrah. Between 12 and 2, that is considered Noah's time. Because these are deities or characteristics, or that is why you say the God of Noah, the God of Canaan, the God of Baal, the God of Yahweh. Yahweh as a God. Now, between 2 and 10, that is Cancer or Noah's time, the God of Noah. Then you go to the 5th house, or what you are calling the tribe of Judah, and all that energy. Then you go to Virgo. Virgo is in between, which will be Mother Mary of Jesus, na your Virgin Mary nonsense. Mary just means a virgin land. So Mary, being a virgin, just means a land that has not been cultivated is called a Mary land. Before you make it bloody, before you bring your things and cultivate and make it bloody. Sasa. Now, a universe is just us collectively as a uni, and how we look at that verse. In the Bible, you have many verses. So you have many universes, many belief systems. Now, so we also believe that each different possession is a different entity. So different sun, different deity, different possession, that possession is a different entity. So ikienda, a different entity. Different god, deity, different entity. Ikienda, that is why civilizations around the world have been worshipping the sun as their deities. Now, we know that, so what do we say? So we are saying that there's a different spirit controlling that form at that particular moment. Remember when you are defining deity, we had it's a form. So to redefine, I won't keep going back. That is why I say when you come to my lectures, you come with a pen and paper so that you can keep writing it. Everything starts as a spiral. One of my cushions here, we can even learn from this one. This is a spiral. Everything starts from a point, a dot, whether it's the Big Bang, whether it's your sperm in your daddy, whatever, we don't know where, we don't care. Everything starts from a point, a position. Then it spirals out. The world is spiraling out. That is why your hair is growing in a cycle. When you look at your hair, it's growing like this. When you go to a tree, it has got rings because we are in a star that is rotating. So you're spiraling out. That is why they say in NASA that the world is expanding. Now, that light, before we even continue, remember that light does not travel. Can you write that down and shout out to the esoteric, to the subconscious community and to flight boss? Light does not travel. Lights get emitted. For example, this is a light. This light is getting emitted, aka there's fusion and friction between either positive and negative. So this light is being emitted. It is not traveling. Light does not travel as the speed they tell you. NASA lies. Lights get emitted. Otherwise, ungekuwa unaenda kwa street, wakiakisha street lights, unasema, "Eya, ndio hiyo imepita." Ukiasha torch, ingekuwa inapita. Yeah, ndio hiyo light imepita. Light gets emitted. The more wattage you have, the more the light is emitted. Remember that. Lights get emitted out of a friction and fusion. Even the sun you see comes from light being emitted. I don't need your PhDs. You don't need your PhDs. You don't need to go to school and spend millions of dollars to learn nonsense. Now, so since you know that light gets emitted, light does not travel, ujue hivyo leo. So all the books you have been reading, na ukitaka kujua, they are changing now. The same person who's in charge of Neil deGrasse huyo ana lead NASA. Juzi amesema, mlikuwa mnasema mwezi ni nini? We have been saying this. There's nothing, you cannot land on the moon because the moon is like a rainbow, it's a reflection. The same people in NASA wamesema right now, wamesema juzi, hawajamaliza mwezi, wamesema mwezi is a reflection. NASA said it. When did NASA say that the moon is a reflection? Amuja update? When was it discovered that the moon is a reflected light? Toa hiyo nonsense ya BCE wewe, you're not there. Fuck. That was a good one. Forget about that. That is the dust from the Bible. Benye nimepiga hivyo. So this kuna mtu anasema ati the moon ain't real. There's nothing like the moon. The moon is a reflection. The moon is what births spirits here. Every time you have a full moon, spirits are coming to this world. Know that. That's a story for another day. Hiyo ni lectures kwingine. And now you have a new moon in Libra. You are supposed to have been doing your rituals yesterday. You have today and tomorrow. Ukuwa umepanda. Your intentions, what you want to acquire. Unapandanga na mwezi. Full moon, unarip. Unavuna. Jua hivyo. Haya. So, let's talk about this now. And this goes all the way to even express to you. Yes, do you receive direct sunlight? You are receiving direct sunlight. However, what you are receiving is gone, is already dead. The sun is an event that has already happened. For example, look at this light. What you are seeing has already happened, aka stima, positive and negative, ishaguzana, iyo friction, iyo heat has released a temperament, a light, and this is the light that you can see. So this is past, this is dead, this is an afterthought, this is already coming to you after. This is why they make you practice. This is why they make your Kipchoge Keino run and then do that ritual of closing the eye. Na ajui anafanya nini, kwanza anafunga, ni kama flower girl. Umekimbia hiyo miaka yote afu unakuja kuadvertise simu hivi, hata hujui unafanya nini, juu umelipwa. After running for so many miles. Someone, bro, I got something I wish to share with you. Patriots, prophets. You can share with me. You can DM me. Are you following me? Patriots, prophet. Follow back. I followed you back, so you can DM me. So now, this is what we talk about when you're talking of allegories. And this is now the beginning of how we look at the sun, like the prime mover. So we are talking of God, you know, the fire God. So we talk of air God. We talk of water God. This now is for the Africans and the earth gods, because even the Africans, they don't even know why they have Mamiwata, water God. They have air God, Akina Shango. They don't even know why. Now, this is why. So when the sun, or when we have the sun in summer, so we look at that like the water god. When we have the sun in fall or autumn, that will be wind god. For example, tunaenda fall saa hizi, tumetoka Libra, so the sun has fallen. From Libra Maat, tumetoka Libra, tunaingia hapo. So we are talking of what? The wind god. Right now there's a lot of wind. Toka nje saa hii uone upepo. Right now there's a lot of wind. So that is what we are calling fall or autumn. Then we have earth, or what you call winter, or the earth god. Then we have spring, or the fire god. These are the cardinal points. Okay, this will be Aries fire, Cancer, and even now this one is a little bit deeper. I can't dive into it right now because this is like a beginner. So this is even how you find the cardinal points, or what you call Yabe, or the what you call the yods. The yods of God, or what you call 150 degrees alignments. We are talking about the right hand of God or the left hand of God. So you have to know, what do we mean when we talk about the right hand of God? Because that is an alignment in the sky. When you talk about the left hand of God, that's another alignment in the sky, another yod. Okay? So let me sip on some water. Let me see if I can jump into this. So the left hand of God will be Aries, Virgo, and Scorpio. That alignment. So you can go into your zodiac sign and chart it out. The right hand of God will be Libra, Taurus, and Pisces. For those who are deeper into this. Okay. Tunafanya rituals aje in new moon. So new moon rituals include planting. So you need to cleanse your space, write the intentions that you want to have, sage your space, be in a very calm place, dance a little bit, be in a very relaxed way, set your intention. Anyway, doing your moon rituals just means setting your intentions for the new moon. If you make plans for the day, if you make plans for the month, you're like, okay, this month we have a calendar. This is what we'll be doing in school. In the same way, you set your intentions for the month, what you want to happen. You tell the universe what you want to accomplish. Then you do the works. In the Bible, it's called rituals. No, faith and works. So in the Bible, it's called faith and works. AKA, you have faith and then you do the work. In witchcraft, which you practice, it's called rituals and witchcraft. Rituals and spells. You cast your spell, your intention, then you do the rituals. Wake up every day, go to work. It's the same thing. Faith and works in the Bible, rituals and spells in witchcraft. We prefer witchcraft. If you're scared, go to church. I'll keep scrolling. Your theologians come to me. Your theologians comes to me. I'm only going to show you for the sake of this live only. Your theologians come to me for conversations. I don't know if I should be showing you this. But have you stopped talking to your church leaders because they make all the money? Even when I'm complaining of the internet, they will not renew my internet. By every Saturday night, they call me. Amudhaka, can you explain to me this thing in the Bible, the esoteric meaning of this thing in the Bible? Your theologians come to me for information. Don't know if it's going to focus on this. It's not going to focus. You know who this person is. Let's see if it's going to focus. It's focusing almost. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. It's refusing. His face is refusing to come to you. Come on now. How do you focus on this now? Let me enlarge his face. Maybe I shouldn't. There's no need. Oh, the light is too much. Let me reduce the light. Let me see if you're going to see your theologians, your church leaders. That's me. You can see that's me. Okay? Your theologians, your church leaders, they come to us. Now, so Yahweh will be the beginning of Aries, and Jambi is laughing. Jambi is like, wait a minute, what? Yeah. So understand that all religion is based on that worship of that spring or the fixated points of the sun traveling through the time. Nisasa. Now, don't go too deep into that. Don't snitch. I hope you didn't take screenshots of that. Don't. This is purely for learning. Okay. So I don't want any biasness in this. I don't want you to come to my channel and then say, oh, no. This is purely for learning. Because now I'm at a point whereby it's time for the truth to come out anyway. There's nothing like truth, but it's time for people to learn because we have been giving these people opportunities. You know, I called on one of your reverend, Natasha. I went on her Twitter page. I said, Natasha, stop misleading the people. Come, let's have a talk. I'll show you how to decode this book, and then you can have your $1 million the right way without having blood on your hands. She didn't come now. Her time is up. So when Natasha comes to me, I'll not talk to her. I'm done. Okay? Yeah. Where are we? Now, let's jump into questions now. Let me see if there's any question. Someone is asking, are you a Sabbath keeper? Yes. I observe. I don't keep it. I am nobody's keeper. I observe the Sabbath. Today, the Sabbath. I'm observing the Sabbath. It's a day to rest. But I was not even resting. I was all over Karura. Okay, I was in Karura Forest. Today, I was coaching a whole football team. Okay, Divine Masculine. I won't tell you which school. Maybe I'll put a video on TikTok. Maybe I don't even have to tell them or show them. But you need to understand that I have a mentorship program for young men. Okay? I told you, Andrew Tate is a psyop. This divine masculine that you're learning from Andrew Kibe, that is not masculinity. That is toxic masculinity. Andrew Kibe came to you and told you and interviewed this stupid boy who's sticking his fingers in his ass, Chira. Andrew Kibe interviewed Chira and told Chira, you are going to go far. You know you can make real content. Now he's everywhere sticking his fingers in his ass. Fuck Kibe, fuck Andrew Tate. If you want to teach masculinity, it has to be divine masculine, where the men heal first. If you want to teach women divine feminine, how to balance, not how to fight. These online people, influencers which you like following, who are teaching you how to hate on women. Don't marry these women. Don't do to these girls. No, that is not the real world. We love our black women. we'll have our women. We are going to heal our traumas together. And then male and female, we come together. Thought and feeling, Adam and Eve, Gikoyo and Mombi, divine masculine, divine feminine. Then we create beautiful heavenly bodies, but not this toxic masculinity of hating on women. Keyword, hating on women, because women came first. The feminine is first. The container was always first. 13 messages. Someone is asking, can truth be taught? You go and find your truth for yourself. Enjoying my Sabbath. Shout out to your Sabbath. Sasa wewe ni Antichrist ama. Balance yin yang. Yes, Wanjiku Wangai. Yes, to healing together. Yes, the full body of Christ. Shout out to Patriarch Prophets. Yes, the full body of what you call your Christ consciousness. Okay? That's your son. That's your individuality. That's your piece of the pie. That's your soul. That is how you make God possible. God is not possible without you. God is all possibilities, and we make God possible. Kevin says, tell them to do their research. Someone is asking me if I am Antichrist. How can I be anti my solar plexus? I cannot be anti me. Christ just means you. How can I be anti me? I cannot be anti me. Patriarch prophets. No, not character of that. That guy fell. That guy. I don't want to talk about that guy. You're selling that the character of him. You should worry about your solar plexus. Let him be. He doesn't define you. You are your phenotype. Remember when we started this life, we talked about your phenotypes. We talked about your location. We said that we have 3 types of phenotypes. We said that you have the coccyzoids. That is your skull. Okay? The first, as a spirit, when you became aware out of your waters, whether it is the Big Bang, whether you came out of your father, or whether you came out of Darwin, resurrection, whatever, when you created that space, that awareness, the location you choose, whether you are coccyzoids, whether you are Mongoloids, the Asians, or whether you are a Negroid, the Africans, those are just locations. Okay? Those are just locations. So those locations, based on the solar plexus that you created, your light, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. You are Christ conscious. That's your light. That is your light. It has got nothing to do with Jesus. That's your own light. Shine your own light. Shout out to Wanja. So I'm going to take a few questions. TikTok is telling me I've been live for 1 hour, 30 minutes. You've been live for 30 minutes. Consider going for a break. So if TikTok cares about me and it's an application, maybe I should go stretch my legs. Or maybe I don't have some wine. I'm out of wine. Today would have been a very beautiful day to have some whiskey. I'm out of whiskey. I'm out of gin. Feel like turning my waters to wine. Now I'm eating oranges. Most of you are practicing a lot of magic, blocking my businesses because I'm teaching. When I go live, you light your incense and candles. You start chanting, "Oh my God, may this life crash. Return to sender. No such number. Address unknown." Nyambini pay location. I come with drink Muratina. I have some. I can make some herbal tea. I have some stinging nettle. Some mint, spearmint, some oregano, which I grow myself. I can make some sage tea. I can make a lot of teas. Sasa, patriarchs, prophets, I followed you. Thank you, bro. I'm going to take a break. Thank you for the likes. Why is the government allowing fake expensive alcohol in our country? I showed you a book. It's called Potent Brews. They studied your alcohol. They did a whole research on your alcohol. The whole esoteric thing about your alcohol. There's a reason why alcohol is called spirit. When you're in your low vibrational moment, it's easy for spirits to come and take over. Look at spirits like influences. When you're under the influence, unasemanga umekunywa, you're under the influence of something, aka you are washed under the currents of current affairs na vitu kama hizo. So if you can make your own alcohol, no guhirira muratina nayo hebeu jabi kamau. Is devil worshipping real? So day begins at 6 a.m. It's in your Bible. And ends at 6 p.m. There's nothing like 24 hours. A lot of people who get in my car or they look at my watch, they are always amazed. Kama ni saa 4 na kuanga ikisema ni 4. They're like, saa yako inasema ni saa 10. I'm like, no. Inasema we are on the 4th hour. Okay, I'm not following the world. I'm in the world, but I'm not of the world, of this world view. I'm in the world, but I'm not of this world view. I know about the hours. It says so in the Bible that he made 2 great luminaries, one to shine over the day, he called it the sun, and the other to rule over the night, he called it the moon. And he called that one day, aka from morning 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., that's one day. Night is another one night. So there's nothing like 24 hours. There's no day that begins for 12 a.m. at midnight. At 12 a.m. day imeanza. Ulisikia wapi day imeanza saa 6 usiku? Kama ingekuwa inaanza saa 6 usiku, then ungekuwa unasikia birds. Ungekuwa unalala saa 6 usiku unasikia hey brother Bernard. Birds saa 6 za usiku. Azinaimba afu zinalala zinasema tumeanza siku but kuna giza tumelala. Birds wake up in the morning. Ni sasa Richard, you just set it. When unaendanga pale pa AM na PM, you just set it. So easy. Unaenda pale kwa setting, unaandika baada 8:07 unaandika 2:07 because we are in the second hour of the night. For example, right now tumeingia Scorpio hour. Between now and 10 p.m. ni Scorpio. Saa 2 na saa 4 ni Scorpio hour. What do you do between 8 and 10? You have sex. Okay? Why? Because it is Scorpio hour. You are deeply fixated in your emotions and feelings. So, oh my darling, I feel you. Oh, I'm feeling you. Where are you feeling me? Oh, I'm feeling you in my throat. It's so big. It's all about feelings. You're fixated in your feelings and emotions. Oh, Scorpio hour between 8 and 10 p.m. Okay? Which is directly opposite Taurus. So right now, I'm in my night time. So I can go live between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. That is when my logo is in the sky. Ukiangalia Batman akiitwa logo yake inakuanga kwa sky. Call Batman. So they shine the logo of Batman in the sky. So when my logo is in the sky, is between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. Taurus hour or Baal or the worship of Canaan. Second house. Master manifestors. Okay? Money. Top tier. If you are top tier Taurus, you have everything in check. Most Tauruses have everything in check. They have their businesses running. The nighttime of Taurus will be directly opposite my feet, which will be Scorpio. That is my nighttime. So in my nighttime, if I want to do witchcraft at night, I'll do it best between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m., which will be Scorpio hour, directly opposite below me. Okay? So right now I can even continue for 2 hours because I just be in my PM. So my moon, and my moon is in Leo, will be letting me shine, expressing myself, and I'm an Aquarius ascendant. Libra moon as above, so below, talking of solar. We are having an eclipse right now. What does that mean? Should we do anything? If you are not doing any magic, don't try any magic at this time. This is Halloween. All the witches are outside. Okay, this is the time of wizards and witches to fuck around. Muslims, yes, Muslims practice better than you in so many ways. That is why they have all the money. That is why they came and they bought Isili. Oh yeah, the Kikuyus, Mogekorioyo. Mmeachwa na nini? Mmeachwa na Girogoni, kwa matope, go down, mmechukua to stalls. Kikuyus, downtown, you are still renting downtown, Girogoni, with stalls. Sunday you go to church. The warriors, they practice Muslims because they close at 1 a.m. wanaenda maombi, 6 p.m. wamefunga kazi, they are practicing as above so below. Wewe saa mbili bado uko Girogoni, matatu nisigire dide aigawe ramani. Since you are living opposite, you are walking contradiction. Umeachwa Girogoni kwa two stalls na engine. Mtu amekuja kama refugee Muslim, amenunua Isili, amefungua malls, the biggest in Africa, because they are practicing hardest. Because God is not a respecter of person. God is a respecter of teamwork. And they may not be doing the right thing, but at least they are practicing as above, so below, practicing their Ramadhans. Saa saba wamepractice Ramadan, wameenda msikiti. Wewe saa saba bado umefungua. Wewe naangalia injini. That is a mini Ramadan. That is Libra hour. You're supposed to be harvesting or resting. Wao wako musikiti. Kenovia, uko na press, unaweza finya hii. Simulienda religion, simuliacha you stopped doing your culture. Sasa you are there Girogoni, wamejenga Isili. Now you have nothing. Brother Bernard. Yeah, 2 IBCs. That's very spiritual. Which even makes me, you remind me, hazijakuja for some times. I used to have 2 IBCs come to my compound, haba kukula nyasi. I think I even took videos. Watakuja tu. Where are you from? I am new to your life. Nairobi, Kenya. That's the location I am in, but I'm from the cosmos. In fact, I come from behind Aldebaran. Okay? If you go to the 88 constellations, okay, these constellations are the one they used to make cars with. This is the witchcraft they use on your car. Unakuta Nissan inaitwa Nissan Sylphy. Sylphy is a constellation. Toyota V8 Cygnus. Cygnus is a constellation. Don't just know about the 12 constellations. We have bigger constellations behind there. Akina Ophiuchus, Aldebaran. We have so many constellations. I'm from one of those constellations in the back. I can teach you to know where you are from right now before I go. What is the meaning of the phrase, the things of God are secret? For that, they talk about this world. They are talking about this God. They are God. Okay? This is Akina Mavado. So that they are God now, the God of this world, what they mean with their secret is because they keep it behind the veil. You don't know who is ruling this world. It is not Biden. It is not, all those are puppets. Okay? Where? Nimemtaja. Bitten, I was talking about being bitten by a dog. You know, when you are bitten by a dog, you can feel very pain. You know, bitten by a dog. Bitten by a dog. We are talking of bitten. That president, when you are bitten by a dog, you feel like a president. We are talking of that bitten. Huyo ni puppet. Ni puppet ya wenye anapea bomb. Oh, not bomb. You know, drop a bomb. Hey, when you like the life, drop a bomb. We are talking of Galicide Mavado. Huyo ni anapea Mavado kobora za kurushia nani? Vibes Cartel of Gaza, Ragaton. So huyo hata yeye ajui kwenye that secret is what they mean. Who is ruling who? The behind the scenes. Some very short guys who are making you go bald. Unaona footballers wako bald. Unaona footballer akona miaka ngapi? Unaona footballer akona 20 years, like akona kipara. Because they are trying to turn you like them into them, ugly people. Gemini is the third house. Gemini is about you communicating. So the third house, if you want to, or the third house is about your environment, na vitu zenye zimekuzunguka na vitu kama hizo. If you want to write, you can write it down quickly. The houses. The third house is about communication. Someone is, what does 803 mean? Is it 808 or 303? What do you want us to break? You want us to break down 808 or 303? Sema kwa comment, we can break it down. Those birds are spiritual. When you see them male and female, they are good birds. What's the meaning of the star you are wearing on your neck? Which star? My scarf has a star. Oh, this star. This is just a 5-pointed star. This is you being the master of your elements. Air, fire, water, earth. What is air? Intellect, word, a staff, Moses' staff, a rod, word. God said, let there be. That's air. So when he said, let there be, created a fire, a vision, an imagination, an illusion, something you can see. That vision, condensing on itself, became what? Gave you feelings. When you see that vision, you have feelings. That becomes the water. Now that water, when it freezes or becomes dirty, gives you the dirt, the soil, the story of creation. You can look at it in both ways. When you invert the stars, when you have the inverted star, yenye muliona wakati Queen alikuwa anazikwa, muliona mbuzi. Unajua hamukuona ni hii, hamukujua hiyo mbuzi ina represent hii. Muliona mbuzi imekuja Queen, mazishi ya Queen. But you forgot that that goat was these two horns. Those two horns were representing an inverted star. Tuacha tuwatolee hapa. Si mulikuwa mazishi ya Queen juzi? Mkisema Queen amekufa. Mulimuona kwa sanduku nyinyi amekufa? Mulimuona? Queen alikufa ile wakati. Wacha kusema hiyo maneno wa mudhaka. When the prince was turned into a king, ndio sasa Queen alikufa. Queen hakuwa amekufa. Queen Elizabeth, amukujiuliza anaitwa Queen na bwanake anaitwa prince aje? Si anafaa kuitwa king? Nyinyi hamjui hizo rituals. Queen Elizabeth, goat burial. Najua mligugu sana, wacha tuitafute hiyo goat burial images. Where is that goat? Ndio hii hapa ikiongoza. Goat inaongoza mazishi. Nyinyi mliona goat? Si mliona goat? Mliona goat kwa mazishi Mliona bori, si ndio? Nyinyi mnaonanga bori. Si bora uhai. Nyinyi mliona bori. Si mliona hii bori? Mliona hiyo bori? Invert this thing for them, waone bori. Invert it for them, waone bori. Ndio hii iko inverted hapo, si ndio? Kwa wapi hiyo bori? Bori na horns, ndio hiyo bori. Na ndio hiyo star. Ama muone zinafanana? When you invert the star, what you are saying is that you are allowing the elements to be above you. Okay? Hello, I am a big fan. I have a question. What do you look for in a man? Man in this world, we shouldn't even be looking at man like that. Man in this world means a mentality. You should be looking at male, the masculine. But for the sake of your question, what you should be looking for in a man is the male qualities, aka the masculine, building, externalizing. Females need to be vulnerable in their divine feminine, being taken care of. So the role of the man is to take care of business. So if you're a man, you should be able to take care of your business. So they've been doing a lot to make sure that you don't take care of your business. Where am I from? I don't know where you are from. How can I tell you? And I don't even know your zodiac. I don't know. I can only tell you if I know your zodiac. Are you a Gemini? And also, it also goes deeper. I have to also to know the alignment, the angle, the date. Because you can be a Scorpio, okay? You can be a Scorpio, but you are coming from the tail of the Scorpio. So you sting, or you're coming from the top. I can be a bull, Taurus, but I could be sitting on the horns, or I could be riding its back, na vitu kama hizo. So it goes deeper. Ashley Loves, shout out to Ashley Loves. She's like, teach me, please. I cannot teach you, I can only remind you. Someone is said, I'm a star from outer space. Yes, you are. Someone is calling me brother. Patriarchs, yes, brother. Molly. Moki, umeuliza question, Molly, sijaiona. How do I know what constellation I am from? You can get online and go to constellationofworlds.com. Write it down. Constellation of Worlds. Worlds as in a world. WORLD. Constellationofworlds.com. When you go to constellationofworlds.com, you are going now there. You can go and find where, depending on your alignment, you'll be shocked. Some of you are centaurs. Some of you are half men, half horses. That is why some of you are hung like horses with emissions like donkeys. Unasoma tu Bible juu. What does the Bible mean? They were hung like horses and they had emissions like donkeys. You're like, oh my God, they must have been looking like tripods, big dicks. No. What will happen to me by the end of this year? How will I know? What happened if the star element's inverted? It just means that you... So this goes now into people who practice dark magic and black magic. So it just means that you are serving those alignments. That's a little bit deeper. We can go into that on another lecture. Like when you see me doing a lecture on white magic, light magic, black magic, dark magic, and you practice this every day. Where you don't even know, you practice all these things every day, whether you know it or you don't know. White magic, light magic, dark magic, black magic. And there's nothing wrong with any of them. You just need to know whether you are practicing it or it's being practiced on you. Or you just need to know where to practice it, which and what. That's the difference. Masculinity equals leadership skills. Yes. How can someone be spiritual but in a godly way? What do you mean godly way? There's nothing good or bad in this world. You need to have equilibrium. Okay? God, what you are calling God, is the same entity as Lucifer. It is the same thing. It is his other persona, his other side, yin and yang, positive and negative. Hey, I'm a troubled Capricorn. What can I do? Why are you troubled? Why are you even allowing that? And it's a very good thing that you have said that, but stop attaching anything to the I am. The moment you say I am, you have cast a spell on yourself. You can say, I'm going through some trials and tribulations. And as a Capricorn, and you shouldn't, because a Capricorn is a CEO. Capricorn is the 10th house. This is the knees, your knee area. That is the Capricorn, the 10th house. And knees, the 10th house, is all about possessions and money and vitu kama hizo. 10th house is career and vacation. Capricorn archetype. You can even Google. Let me help you because I'm here. Capricorn archetype. You're supposed to define, not just give me. Why are you giving me? Okay. A Capricorn archetype, strong ethics and relentlessness. You should be relentless. Capricorn embodies the Saturnian archetype, leaving no stone unturned. So as a Capricorn, ukisema you are troubled, it just means kuna mahali hujajijua vizuri. Oh, I see your date. You want us, where's my pen? Oh, I have my phone. Let me tell you why. Let me look at your moon. How about Gemini? Let's just do this one first. Is this 15th January? 15th January, 1990. 15th January. I should have made my nini by now. I don't know if you guys, you are going to let me go and make some herbal tea and then we can continue. Ama kwanza nifanyie huyu and then we can continue. Okay? Hata tujafikisha 100,000 likes, I cannot. Wacha basi nipatie alignment yake. I end this life. I'm not going to do any of these things when I'm still under 100,000 likes. So your sun was in Capricorn. Your moon was in Virgo. This is for Vero. So meaning when your moon was in Virgo, you can write down there. Utaenda ufanye research. So what is your sun? The sun is what you appear to be. Tukikuangalia hivi, tunaonanga CEO, someone who's always working, someone always looking at the clock, someone who has that CEO type of thing. But your moon was in Virgo. Your moon is your reactions, how you react to people, how you respond. So your moon was in the 6th house. So your moon, Virgo, 6th house, Virgin Mary, connection, that is the 6th house, that's to do with connection. So this is health and well-being. So wewe sasa unafaa kuwa in that area of well-being, health, but your Mercury was in Capricorn. Mercury is how you learn. Ona venye uko na alignment power, your Mercury was in Capricorn. So what is Mercury? Mercury is right here, what they were making you cover during that fake thing here. So Mercury is intellect, how you learn, how you communicate, how you understand things. So your Mercury was in your 10th house. So your Mercury is in Capricorn. Tumesema Capricorn ni nini? CEO, not leaving things unturned. When they come to learning things, you are very out there. Your Venus one is Aquarius. Venus is how you love to be loved, the people, places, things that you appreciate. It was in Aquarius. What is Aquarius? Your shin area, Medhirimo. Aquarius is all about intellect. They make very good what we call scientists. Air sign, very clever people. Word, logic, reasoning, thinking. Your Mars was in Sagittarius. Your Mars is your passion, how you do things, how you work. It was in Sagittarius. That is your ties. 9th house. What is 9th house? Niwaambia muandike hizi vitu. Adventure, quest. Huh? So when it comes to you like doing your things in adventure, going for new things. That's how you like getting your money na vitu kama hizo. I just broke down how many signs for you. Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Hiyo kama ungekuwa unanilipa hiyo ni 5K. Wenye wanataka consultation. But I just gave you a free consultation. Teach us about shells like that one in your heart. And I have a small snail shell. They're just shells. Do you know Saint Austabaya? I've never heard of that. Who is that? Tell us more about your beads on your left hand and why on the left hand. This is my right hand, maybe because of the camera being like that, and this is my left hand. So which ones do you want to know about? Which one now? These are just crystals. Or my ring. Or which ring? What do you want to know? Yeah, shout out to Wanjiko amekwambia those are energy crystals. Sir, from your story of the Queen, does it mean she was ruling Commonwealth countries with magic? The world is a stage. You are lured by witchcraft every day. Every day you step out of your door, you're stepping into witchcraft. I don't know what is the rod and the staff. The rod is the word. The rod and the staff, that is the word. Logic. Left brain, which controls the right side of your body. Or masculine. Who are the Taurus? Capricorn strong and then stabilize. Wajiko Wagai exactly. Scorpio 17. What about it? Taurus 27. Please make your tea. Shout out to Ashley Goddess. Can someone consult privately? Yeah. People consult privately for business consultations, how to make business logos, how the type of colors to use in your business, also to know if the business you are doing is aligned to your passion and purpose, so that even if it's not aligned, you can do something that makes, for example, you've gone to businesses like a fast food restaurant. So they are selling chicken or fries. But at the corner, they have put some seats for children or a small swing. There's not even enough space. So ukienda hapo, you are thinking, oh, wait a minute, they love children. They have a play area for the children. No, that is someone who knows alchemy. So they know that based on their alignment, they are supposed to be good with children, but they have found themselves in the business of selling food. So to be as above, so below, to be doing what God meant them to be doing, which is working with children, they put in the corner a slide for the kids na vitu kama hizo. So they are doing their rituals and spells, their witchcraft, but it's aligned to their work. So they are not punished for not doing what God meant them to be doing when they were in this world. And punishment is not how you think in your God. Punishment is meaning, though you are going to attain your gifts and talent, though you are still going to manifest, it's going to take you longer, may take you a few lifetimes, but you are speeding it up. So it's like playing those games whereby you are collecting the gemstones. Sonic the Hedgehog, Infinity Stones, those are not movies. How do you do the element of date of birth? You can even use Google. Get on Google, put in your date, your month, go on astro.com. It has rained. I said Sunday. It has rained. Even before tomorrow morning. Shout out to my spiritual predecessors after the winds. They never fail us. Now, where's your God now? You are waiting on meteorological. I just told you it was going to rain. There's rain, confirmation. So my God is better than yours. Fuck your God. Alienda huyu jamaa. As you said, I said it. I actually told Richard, he came to my house person. I said, Sunday tukienda Soul group, it was going to rain. There's the rain. And sasa tomorrow ndio itachapana vizuri. So Monday unaweza panda. Monday sasa enda upande. Unaweza sema Jagamo that I said we can plant now. We were in the Bible. We were the people who were going to the king. King, I've seen seven fat cows eating 7 weak cows. Ama you think we left this world? We are still here in the flesh. What do you mean when you say Gemini communication environment? That is the third house. Now people have started throwing their things for me to do. Those are consultations. I just did that for him because he said he was a troubled Capricorn and he's not. So I decided to break it down for him. If he wants further consultation, you can WhatsApp me. Someone can pin my number there. When I give you my number, you think I want your money. Oh, but there's nothing for free. You take all your money to church. What's your take on the polio vaccines? You shouldn't even be getting them, but you protect your children. Thank you, sir, for the answer. This is on your YouTube page. Yeah, you can go to my YouTube page. You can find them there. Molly, I haven't seen your question yet. What is your question, Molly? Ayo Jega. Hata huku UK. Yes, Patri Prophets. Jabi kama confirm reading right now in the UK. I told you. Akidhayo Jega. Nidhayo. Let me go make my cup of herbal tea. That means nothing. I was just smelling my candle because it smells so nice. I made them. I make candles. If you didn't know, I make candles. We make them with my daughters. These we made with my 8-year-old daughter. Okay, I make candles with beeswax. Beautiful smelling candles. Lavenders candles. This one you can burn for months. Put it in your bedroom. Put your intentions into it. It's raining, man! Hallelujah. It's raining. So glad. My flowers, I'm going to love it. Dust, no more dust. I was getting tired of irrigating the farm. I'll get up tomorrow, harvest my sage. I was waiting for this eclipse energy and that rain. So tomorrow morning, I have to harvest my sage to be the best sage with that eclipse moon and that rain. I have already planted. It's raining in Ruiru. People one is saying it's raining in Ruiru. So Ruiru is about to get very wet. Thank you for coming. Teamwork makes the dream work. Not out of ego. Each one teach one. Do go to church tomorrow. For those who need to go to the church, but at least know how to decode these books. My number, for those who want to WhatsApp me, is 0720 803 702. You should say it international, man. Okay? +254, or someone can pin my number there. +254 720 803 702. That will come to this number. That's my WhatsApp number for consultations. Okay? So this phone has no SIM card. This is for consultations only. WhatsApp. Someone has pinned my number there. So that comes to my WhatsApp. If I don't respond on time, because it has no SIM card, and sometime I may be traveling, but I still have the phone on me. So I check if I go where there's Wi-Fi or in my location, or when I come home, when I get the messages, then I look. Then from there, after we've warmed up, give you a call on WhatsApp or on an email, or you set up a one-on-one consultation. Okay? Someone is asking, if you have to be in touch, how can you protect yourself? It's just knowing what the things mean when they are saying them, so then you don't get washed under the current. Kiambu is raining. Shout out to Wairimu Dongo. It's good to get wet, yeah? It's beautiful when you say these things and they happen. It's beautiful when you say, okay, on this and this date, this is going to happen, and then it happens. You're like, you don't need meteorological. The meteorological department should be paying me. Where's my millions? All that money the government is giving to the meteorological department, they should be paying me. But it is their world. It is their world view. I'm in the world, but I'm not of their world. I've left you a message. Wahoo is like, so group iko kesho. Of course, so group is there tomorrow. But you're asking and you're not going to come. You're just asking, but you're not going to come. That is what you all say. Oh, so group, I'm coming for the so group. You never come. Just ask, when is the so group? Where is the location? I don't see you. I only see the people who've been coming for the last 1.5 years. We're almost finishing 2 years together. The new people who come, they come and then they disappear. Time is 10:30. I start at 10:30. You can come at 10:30. I start my lecture. Wahoo. I don't go to church. Please guide and advise. Read your Bible. Pray every day. Not pray of P-R-A-Y. Pray P-R-E. Letter E. Why? You pray on your things. You practice your rituals and spells hardest. They are all here. Speaking in tongues is Psalms. When you are reading Psalms, that's speaking in tongues. Nothing more, nothing less. Understand these symbologies that you have in your Bibles. There's a reason why they drew these things. You look at them like pictures. They are not pictures. Understand what is the book of Ruth. Okay? Ruth, the book of Ruth means book of truth. Ruth is truth, but they cannot put T here. So the book of Ruth is truth. If you want truth, read the book of Ruth. Ruth is a feminine. So that's a feminine energy. Then you read. Okay? Was someone trying to call me? Naona mtu anasema he said on WhatsApp. Someone was already trying to call me. Your phone number is not going through. I say that is for WhatsApp. You WhatsApp me on that number. That's WhatsApp. It has no SIM card. That's WhatsApp. Molly, I didn't see your question. I'm looking for your question. I didn't see it. Shout out to Molly for being here for over an hour. He says, can we mix them? Can we mix them? Gather them today. Shout out to Molly. Molly, do it tomorrow in the morning. Do it. Wake up in the morning and do it in the morning. When it's your Sunday, the day of the sun, when you're expressing your solar plexus. Today don't. Today, just chill on today. Wait until tomorrow morning, then get it, Get it. What Bible is that with symbol? Mine doesn't have them. How many Bibles? I have the Bible of Jehovah Witness. This is the African Bible. Which one is this? Yeah, this is the African Bible. This is the African Bible. Okay. The African Bible. I have the Septuagint. I have the Reader's Digest. I have everything. I have the Book of Islam. I have the Quran. I have the Book of Mormons, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I have the Hare Krishna books. You cannot say you are religious and you have not studied other religions, or you are not looked what they are talking about. That is being biased. thinking that your God is the only God. That is being righteous. Okay, that is why you have animals like this laughing at you. Why do you think the donkey is laughing at you? Because you think your God is the only true God. Can you imagine a donkey laughing at you? Marty, this is not for you. Tomorrow morning is Molly. Molly will be getting some in the morning. Say something about the time of trouble ahead. Matthew 24:7. I don't even need this. Put it away. Now, Lynn, download WhatsApp. You can even send a text that is not a WhatsApp. Lynn, you can send on WhatsApp, but if you're international, you have to download, or you can just send a text. A text. It's going to come through, but don't call now. I have learned a lot. You have remembered. I can't teach you anything. I can only remind you. You are born with all this inside you, but something made you forget. Prophets, we can talk about, because I really want to go. I need to go and make some tea. And then after that, I need to chat. I need to chat my girlfriends. Okay, I need to chat my women, my witches. I need to see how they are doing. Are they doing their rituals? Their rituals in Libra. Need to chat my favorite witch in Ruiru. I need to chat my other witch in Donholm. I'm saying. And the main witch is away. She'll be back later. Oh, you are my witches. So Matthew, remember, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, those are different alignments in the sky. Those are different seasons. Now, what is 24? 24, we start with gematria. 2 plus 4 is 6. So we know before even we read it that this is something we are supposed to be paying attention. But we know when we do the art of addition, gematria, numerology, 2 and 4, you are relating to a thought. So 24 means relating to a thought. 4 is thought. 2 is relating, being diplomatic. Now 7 is becoming a judge about that. So even before you read Matthew 24:7, there's going to be a judgment of a thought that you are relating to and paying attention to. So now let's go and read it. Matthew 24:7. That's how you break down the Bible even before you go to the words. You have to know that everything is a code. So Matthew 24:7. Matthew 24:7. And it says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." Now, you have to pay attention to a famine. You have to pay attention to a pestilence and an earthquake. And you have to relate to that thought, because that is a thought. For a nation shall rise against a nation. That is a thought. AKA, Mavado will rise against Vibes Cartel. Okay, that is a thought. And there shall be famines. You have to relate to that thought. And there's an earthquake in diverse places. So 7 is a judgment. Number 7 means to become a judge, an overall judge about that thing. 1, individuality, ego, being like God. Negative side of individuality is like you have ego. You think everything has to be about you. Number 2, relating, being diplomatic. Negative side of number 2, life path number 2 is being gullible. You can be used. Number 3, relating to environment, understanding everything that surrounds you. Negative side of number 3 is that you can be a know-it-all. Number 4, thought. Number 5, having a feeling about that thought. Number 6, paying attention to that you have created and you have had a feeling about, so you are paying attention to that. Number 7, what the conclusion, the judgment over that. Number 8, paying attention to that which you have created, which is a verse or a metaverse or a universe. Number 9, having a complete wisdom of that. There's no number above 9. Someone is, I would like to come for the soul group tomorrow. It's in Kikuyu Town, Mom's Hotel, 10 a.m. Kikuyu Town, Mom's Hotel. If you're driving, you can use the Southern Bypass. You can use Wayakiwe. You can come through the Northern Bypass. If you're coming from Naivasha, kuna watu watoka Naivasha, naweza kuja Nairobi Nakuru Highway. If you're coming from Deya, you can use that other road, the other bypass that goes through wherever. I'm going to finish by NAS AI on the ritual of today. So let me look at the other question, but I'm only talking about the ritual and then I'm done. Okay? Where is the New and Old Testament? They're in the book. And people should observe the year 2024, day 7. Shout out to that. It will be year 8. So you're reading the gematria of year 8. I don't want to go too deep into that now. I want to go and rest. Big up from Jamaica. Shout out to Richard King Robbins. Shout out people in Jamaica. Jenga, hatujaongelea story ya fuel prices. Fuel inaenda to 50 shillings. Wenye tuko away from home, can we be live? You can join through a Google link. The people who are in the diaspora, there's usually a Google link. Even the people who are in Mombasa and Naivasha, they join through a Google link. Okay, so when you DM me on WhatsApp, I'll send you the Google link. Okay? And you can join with that. But you pay. It's 500 shillings. Even the people who are coming physical, there's an attendance fee of 500 shillings, because I have to pay for the venue. I have to pay for that conference room. I have to pay for other guest speakers that come over. I pay for their transport. I pay for their lunch. 500 is nothing. It's just a donation. Your 500 cannot even pay for my internet. Okay? In any case, when you go to your pastor Ng'ang'a anakuambia 500 usipeleke kwa kanisa yake na ukuli. So I'm ending with this. My back is now like, get up and walk 2 hours. So, rituals. New moon in Libra ritual. You have your pen ready. So, you have to prepare a place, a corner, or a place where you are feeling at peace, undisturbed. That will be like your altar or your shrine, or the place you are going to do your ritual. You are going to need a candle. If you can put the alignments. No, that will be too complicated for you because you don't have an altar. Have a candle. Write down your intentions, what you want to achieve this month, your dreams, your goals. Write them down. Also write down what you want to get rid of, enemies, detaching from people on the same paper. Now, if you have sage, Palo Santo, incense, you can cleanse your space, cleanse yourself, because this is something that you're going to do with the universe. Start by thanking the universe for giving you that space to be able to do that. Now sit down, you can play some music, be in a very relaxed mood to, it should be fun. Should be fun. Praise and worship. It's the same thing. Be very calm. That is why they start, and then they start getting in that mood. And then they pray. So you have to put some music, some nice esoteric music, some good music, relax yourself, music that makes you feel good, cleanse the space, write the intention that you want, light a candle, relax. I'm doing this is like for beginners. I don't want to go into too deep into that. Get in a moment. Thank the universe for the elements for allowing you to be there and to have seen this day. Thank Mother Earth, your earth where you're living, for big generous to you. Now, if whatever you want to achieve, you can even make it more powerful. If you have those things as representations, hata kama ni kapicha ya gari unataka, whatever it is, the more real, the more the better. Then think in the present. Look at yourself like this is going to manifest in the 30 days that is coming. So be in that feeling where everything just is going to happen for you. Then after some time, speak these intentions. You can do it quietly or you can say it out loud. Out loud is better. If you're doing it with someone, you can share, mnaweza fanya hiyo ritual na yeye. Say the things that you want to happen. Feel that yenyewe imefika, venye nataka imehappen, imefika. Yeah, it's happening, it ishafika, it's okay, imefika. Then you can burn the paper, umeandikia, and think as that fire, because fire is transformation, and that fire and smoke is taking your message out to the universe and also detaching you from hizo vitu umesema you no longer want them. My witches, all that nonsense, all that bullshit yenye may happen, you no longer want it in your life. So you need to have like a bowl where you can burn that paper, usichome nyumba. After that, thank the universe for that. don't think too much about the ritual because you have planted it and you are set to go. So tukienda waning, by the time we have a full moon, you reap what you have sowed. Sasa Dayo, someone is asking when you tuko live. I think I answered Humphrey. Hiyo itakuwa ni link, eh? Shout out to everyone who came. Teamwork make the dream work. I'm going to go and make some herbal tea. Come and maybe I can watch a movie. Come and chill, get on the phone, chat with my women, my girlfriends, my witches, vitu kama hizo, and listen to some music. Love you from the bottom of my heart. It's very okay to walk barefoot. Ground all those energies that you have. Okay? It's not too late for the ritual. Today and tomorrow you can still do it. Sasa, after tomorrow itakuwa imeendaenda sana. Share your playlist. Kiambu is raining heavy. Shout out to A-grade rituals. Thayo. My playlist I can share, but sasa unajua I have to share it with the phone that you have there. I shared my playlist with no, they don't have to share it. Mtajua, you know too much. So whoever, don't share my playlist there because they know if I shared with you, it's you. So don't share. This phone has no, what do you call it? That music streaming thing, app. What do you call that streaming app of music? Oh, tell them to mind the color of the candle. Every candle color has different energy. Yes. So I would prefer you use white candles. Just use a white candle. Don't go too much into the color. Just use the normal white candle. I don't have to give you the details. Yesterday I used 3 different candles. Shout out to everyone in the space. Shout out to, I've received a message, M-Pesa message here. Shout out to Mary Mwangi for the link. Shout out to my link. Shout out to Mary Mwangi. Mary Mwangi, your donation has been received for the link tomorrow. So group, Shafika. So tukianza, I'll send you the group. Thank you for your donation. Sasa talipa venue ama ilipie one of the food ambassador, chakula makitu kama hiyo. You can use the red candle if you have been practicing magic or if you have been practicing the rituals, and whatever you are planting has to do with a lot of passion. Okay. I don't want to tell you too much about my ritual yesterday. Don't want to share, but I had many different candles. Sasa. Ciao. Tayo.